Welcome. Good afternoon and welcome everyone to the 2020 Celebrate Outstanding Leadership Awards. We are incredibly grateful for this opportunity today to honor leaders in our community. I'm so privileged to get to work with so many incredible leaders every day. And when I say leaders, I don't just mean the CEOs and the heads of organizations, but I also mean the small business owner, the hardworking employee, and certainly volunteers. There is no better place to see different kinds of leadership grow and thrive than the Leadership Sarasota program. This program brings together leaders of all ages and backgrounds, and I myself am a proud leadership graduate from the class of 2014. As we continue to rely on leadership in our community during these challenging times, the Leadership Sarasota program has become more important than ever. You can help support the next generation of leaders in our community by making a donation today to fund Leadership Sarasota scholarships. Text your name and email address to 941-400-9146 for more information. And make sure to stay tuned in and engaged in today's program because we are giving away a Night on the Town package based on engagement. So be sure to like, share, and comment on Facebook and YouTube. Now it gives me great pleasure to recognize and thank Willis Smith Construction, who has been a longtime supporter of Leadership Sarasota. Please join me in welcoming John LaCivita from Willis Smith Construction to kick off today's celebration.
Thank you, Heather. I am proud to be an alumni of Leadership Sarasota, class of 2004. I'm also very proud to be part of the leadership team of one of Sarasota's oldest, largest, and most respected construction management firms here in Southwest Florida. You are all familiar with the landmark buildings that Willis Smith has either built or renovated in the Sarasota area, including our very own Sarasota Chamber of Commerce. Since 1972, our firm, Willis Smith Construction, has always promoted excellence and integrity in the construction industry while contributing to the betterment of our clients and the communities in which we serve. We plan on continuing that excellence and integrity long into the future, from our original leadership to those in which we are grooming for the future. Many of you know who they are because they've been participants in the Leadership Sarasota program each and every year. Willis Smith Construction is proud to support this celebration of amazing leaders. Now more than ever, it's important to bring these leaders together who have a deep commitment to our community. Now let's see what Leadership Sarasota is all about.
Leadership Sarasota County, a program of the Greater Sarasota Chamber of Commerce, is building a community of leaders for Sarasota today and tomorrow. Sarasota has a legacy of strong leaders and innovators. Building on this, your Chamber's leadership programs connect participants with the leading voices in our community who foster leadership development by sharing their knowledge and experience, all while immersing participants in hands-on demonstrations and activities. At the heart of the Leadership Sarasota experience is connection. The initial connection that participants make with their program peers evolves into an intergenerational connection across programs and is deepened through community engagement opportunities, such as exclusive interactions with industry experts and the Class Community Service Project. The Leadership Sarasota experience culminates with the Leadership Alumni Network, made up of nearly 500 individuals. Leadership Sarasota County offers growing leaders the opportunity to become legacy makers. So, how will you build your legacy?
Hi, I'm Sarah Rayshon, Programs Manager at the Chamber. One very rewarding part of my job is overseeing the Leadership Sarasota program. I'm so privileged to see the personal growth and friendships that develop year after year. Now I'd like to take a moment to recognize the member companies who supported this event. Their investment has provided us the opportunity to produce this for you today. This event is made possible by our presenting sponsor, Willis Smith Construction, Platinum sponsor, BMW of Sarasota, and program sponsor, FCCI Insurance Group, centerpiece sponsor, Selby Gardens, media sponsor, Sarasota Magazine. Thank you to all of our gold sponsors, silver sponsors, and bronze sponsors. We have some exciting things planned for you today. Not only are we about to hear from an amazing speaker and honor outstanding leaders in our community, but we are also going to be raffling off a night on the town package, complete with a one-night stay at the Embassy Suites and a $100 gift card for dinner. We will be picking the winner based on engagement in the comments, so be sure to share your love throughout the program. It is now with great pleasure that I welcome AJ Lee. AJ serves as the VP of Business Operations for Game On Nation. A former NCAA Division I gymnast, AJ now facilitates Game On's organizational leadership, well-being, workplace rights, and culture development training programs. Some of her recent clients include the U.S. House of Representatives, Verizon Media Group, Hilton Worldwide, University of Alabama Softball, the Advanced Learning Institute, and FCCI Insurance Group. Please join me in welcoming Dr. AJ Lee.
Thank you all so much for that warm introduction. I am absolutely thrilled to be here, to be able to just share a word of encouragement with you. You are the outstanding leaders, and I'm excited for us to be able to celebrate with the award winners later on throughout this program. Now, when we talk about leadership, that word gets thrown around a lot in a lot of different spheres of influence, right? It's easy to see what leaders look like, but how do we personally actually apply the intent in our mind to action? That's what we're going to talk about today. And throughout my background's actually in higher education administration with a sports management focus. I had the opportunity to take a whole semester focused on a book that I've come to love. It's called The Leadership Challenge. And in that book, it's written by Kouzes and Posner. And they are researchers for the past decade, since the late 80s, focusing on executive leadership and how we can continue to rally one another towards exemplary leadership. One of the questions they asked in their research studies throughout the years is this: what are the traits of a leader that would make you willing to follow them? I want you to think about that for yourself. What are the traits of a leader that would make you willing to follow them? And throughout their research, there was over 75,000 people who have participated in this study throughout the years. Throughout that time, they found a resounding 4 main traits that rose to the surface 50% of the time in terms of what people brought up. Those traits were this: people desire to follow a leader that is honest, a leader that is forward-looking, that has vision, a leader that is competent in their trade, and a leader that is inspiring. Right? And all those words sound amazing, right? And I bet if you guys think about yourself, you're like, if I, want to check the box with that, I feel like I'm pretty honest. Yeah, check. I feel like I have some vision, right? I kind of know where I want to head, check. I mean, I think I personally am competent, right? Otherwise, I wouldn't be here in the role that I'm in, right? And then last, inspiring. I think we all desire to see ourselves as inspiring. But the issue is that we don't always actually self-reflect and see how others see our leadership coming off, right? How can we be more intentional to make sure that others see those traits in us, even if we hold them dear to our hearts? And a great example of this for me was my previous role. I had the opportunity to work at a Division I university athletics department, right under the director of athletics. And in that role, I had the opportunity to see this man of integrity, right? I was able to see him day in and day out be honest and truthful and transparent in his interactions with others. That drew a lot of respect from those that worked around and alongside him. I was able to see him as as forward thinking, as forward looking, as having vision for the future. He oversaw a staff of 550 student athletes and 350 plus employees, plus other external constituents, right? You have to have vision. I was able to see him as competent, right? But also humble enough to know that in that competence, he had to surround himself with others that had competencies that maybe he didn't fully have, so that he was building a team that could adequately serve everyone else. And then I was able to just be inspired by his example. His example has definitely marked me personally in how I desire to continue to empower and serve others. And again, I know that's all well and good, right? It's good to know these traits, to want to aspire to be those, but what does that look like from a practical lens? Let me give you this. It's an exercise that we at Game On call objectives. And objectives are one word that you're trying to make the other person feel. Pick one word that you're trying to make your colleague feel, that you walk by regularly, or before you get on that Zoom call. What's one word that you're trying to make your staff feel? And it has to be positive, because we know that negative objectives work. If your objective is to make someone feel less than, if your objective is to make someone feel sad, you'll do that. But if instead our objective is to build one another up, to make sure that we are intentional in how we address others with our tone, and how patient we are, and how clearly we communicate information, that's something we can take action on. So what I want you guys to think about as the takeaway for that exercise is to set your social GPS. Think about your environment. Who do you interact with regularly? Is that your partner? Is that your child at the house? Is that, maybe someone that you're aspiring to have as a mentor? What is one word you're trying to make them feel? That might be safe. That might be confident, right? I know for me, I brought up safe because that was one thing that I felt under that leadership, right? I said that the leader that I was following at the time was a man of integrity and exhibited all four of those main traits, but how did he execute that? And every interaction that I had with him when he walked by the office, he stopped. He saw me. He made me feel safe. He made me feel cared for. He made me feel confident in my abilities by asking me even about some upper level issues that weren't confidential, where he was able to just get a different perspective. And that made me feel inspired and empowered in turn, right? So set your social GPS. Cool. Now, as we go and head into these awards, I just want you guys to be encouraged in that it's great to know and read and learn and grow in these leadership areas. But above all, it's important that we remain at the heart of leadership. And that heart is moving from intentionality to action. And I want to challenge you with one of my favorite quotes. And it's really from an unknown source. And there is a difference between interest and commitment. When you're interested in something, you do so when it's convenient, when the circumstances permit. But if you're committed, you don't accept excuses, only the results, only the fruit of that pursuit. And I know here as a collective community, as Leadership Sarasota alumni, that is your heart as well. But I want to ask and challenge you to put that to action. So let's get to work. I'm here with you, and let's keep running. Thank you guys so much for your time.
Thank you, AJ. What a great message for all of us today. Today, we are here to honor 3 exceptional Sarasota alumni who continue to strengthen our community through their business and their civic leadership. The 3 awards of recognition are the Lifetime of Leadership Award, the Impact in Action Award, and the Leadership Sarasota Dedication Award. Now I'd like to turn it over to Chris Fowler from the Tavill Foundation and our co-chair of today's event to introduce the first award.
Thanks, Heather. I'm honored to be co-chairing today's event and a proud class member of the leadership class of 2005. The Lifetime of Leadership Award recognizes the body of work in career, community, and beyond. We are honored to be recognizing Pam Beitlich of the Sarasota Memorial Healthcare System and the class of 1998.
I think I'm a change agent that every single day has to be growing, whether it's growing our team with their performance, growing my own performance, growing the results that we're trying to get to. All of that is my job. What great leaders do is see potential in other people that perhaps they don't see in themselves and kind of, tap them on the shoulder and say, no, you really ought to think about doing this. I was so lucky my whole career. I've had mentors that did that for me. They saw something potential in me that I didn't see in myself. And between performance and potential, those are really very powerful things. We have everything from arts and culture and philanthropy and oh my gosh, we just have a wealth of resources here. You make communities so much stronger if you can all partner together, collaborate together, work off of each other. Incredible things start to happen. Leadership opened my eyes to so many things, so many areas of opportunity, so many challenges, so many things that I wanted to be able to give back.
Congratulations, Pam. We're so excited, and I think you'll be joining us here on the screen. We're so proud of you.
Thank you, Heather. I appreciate it. Just a shout out to my other alumni winners. I am proud of you too. I'm honored to get this award, and really at the end of the day, just want to thank Sarasota Memorial. I have had such great opportunities in my career here. And this organization continues to work with the community every day. Just really proud to be a big part of the community from this hospital. Thank you so much.
Oh, congratulations again, Pam. Way to go.
Thanks.
I'd like to now introduce Cameron Hodgins, who is our current co-chair or chairman of the Leadership Council from Glosser Schonenbaum. Cameron, go ahead.
Thanks, Heather. I first got involved with the leadership program when I joined the class of 2010. And I'm proud to continue my involvement as the chair of the Leadership Council. And now for the second award of the day, the Impact and Action Award, recognizing community leadership. We are honored to recognize Philip Tavill of Children First and Leadership Class of 1993.
It's knowing where we're heading. It's understanding who it is that I am leading, so to speak, towards that goal, or again, our mission. What leadership means to me is making sure that communication is really clear in all directions, not just back and forth, but amongst the group of individuals. To me, leadership means that if there are challenges, you need to have course correction. Because if you lead and you say, that's it, I'm only going in this direction, and there's a need to adapt, you're not really leading. What you're doing is kind of blindly forging ahead. What leadership also means to me is that, as opposed to saying, well, I'm the leader, I'm in charge, it's understanding everybody that you're working with in terms of their strengths, in terms of their weaknesses, in terms of their interests, in terms of how they communicate. And I think that true leadership embodies being able to work with those people in a way that is best for them, for their strengths to come to the forefront in achieving that goal. In essence, making sure that the strengths of this community are strengths for everybody in this community. So we know that there are disparities in terms of how people live economically. And for me, the strength of our community is based on leadership for everybody in our community. I have relationships that have lasted from 1993 till now. It was like this inoculation of knowledge in this wide variety of areas: public sector, private sector, healthcare, nonprofits. Only through a program like this, and only in a community like this that would support it, can an individual like me and all the people who followed the people came before get so much knowledge in such an incredibly, it's compressed, but it's really an expansive way as well. So that has served me, I feel, extraordinarily well since that time.
Congratulations, Philip. And you'll be joining us now on the screen live. Hello.
Hi, Heather. Thank you so much. I'm honored, and I want to express my thanks to the Chamber an incredible Sarasota Chamber of Commerce, to Leadership Sarasota, to Children First, to our board, our staff, our community of support, our children and families, the PAMs, the co-award winners today, which is fabulous. And again, I'm honored to be a part of a group that carries on the legacy of these awards in Leadership Sarasota. Thanks so much.
Oh, congratulations again, Philip. As I mentioned earlier, Leadership Sarasota is a program for leaders of all ages, and I'm thrilled to introduce Reed Spahn, who is a youth leadership graduate from the class of 2019.
Thanks, Heather. My experience with Leadership Sarasota County was amazing and helped me grow and prepare for my future. I'm excited to introduce the Leadership Sarasota Dedication Award, which recognizes commitment to the Leadership Sarasota program. We are honored to recognize Pam Beitlich, difference maker and Leadership Sarasota graduate class of 1998.
I've always been motivated by a very high need to know and how things work, combined with a desire to make a difference. So being in a leadership role doesn't mean I get my way. It means that I'm there to help an organization advance its own mission. Sarasota is actually quite rich in the number of organizations that are out there to improve individual lives or make our community better. And whether you're interested or have a passion in helping women pull themselves out of poverty or homelessness or animal welfare, the arts, history, environmental protection, economic development, there's something out there for you. And then when you're ready, bring those leadership skills to the table, roll up your sleeves, and get to work. If there's one area I could say that I see some need would be that help organizations learn how to work together and realize that it benefits the whole. The question I ask myself is, what could two organizations do together that they can't do alone? I met many like-minded individuals, and I learned quite a bit about our community. I had been here for 15 years when I went through the program, thought I knew a lot, only to learn how much I needed to know. Through the Leadership Sarasota program, I was honored to be asked to serve on the Leadership Sarasota Council and then on the Education Foundation Board. And through those leadership roles, other opportunities opened up for me. It was a great experience, things I would have never known had I not been selected for the program.
Like the true trailblazer that Pam is, she is out on the road on her next adventure. But we were able to catch up with her for a while.
Hello, Leadership Sarasota. How are you today? I want to say thank you for being nominated and then selected for the Leadership Awards this year. It is such an honor. I also want to give a shout out to my colleagues, Phil Tavill, and the wonderful work he's done at Children's First on his Impact and Action Award, and to Pam Beitlich for the long and wonderful service she has given at Sarasota Memorial Hospital. So I'm sorry I can't be with you today, but the road calls. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Pam. And what a joy it has been to honor all three of you today. Congratulations again. But before we leave you today, we are going to announce the winner of our Night on the Town raffle package. This package includes a one-night stay at Embassy Suites and dinner for two at Caragiulo's. And the winner is Chelsea Vadaman. Congratulations, Chelsea. Thank you all for your love and encouragement throughout the program today, and thank you for your support of Leadership Sarasota. Have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.